All right, when it comes to investing, the president of Wilsey Asset Management wants you to know that you can still bet on the United States. Brent Wilsey joins us now to explain why. Brent, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good. You know, we go back to pre-pandemic, and the markets are on a tear. People's 401ks are soaring. Consumer confidence way up. Gross domestic product way up. The pandemic hits, and things slide very quickly. Are you surprised to see, for instance, the stock market bounce back this quickly?
Yes and no, because there are some problems there that I see because it's really concentrated on a few technology companies, which does scare me because it reminds me so much of tech boom and bust. But there are some good buys out there. What people have to realize, and they have reasons to be scared. I mean, we got the talk with China and around the world. We do have COVID-19. Oh my gosh, our election coming up. So that's all we focus on, and it scares people from investing, because there are some very good buys out there for the patient investor. And this is why I want to talk about how strong the U.S. is and why you should not fear these things.
Okay, let's start with the first point. Your first point to make your point.
Sure. The U.S. has an abundance of natural resources. Think about this. We have gold, silver, copper, iron, lead, uranium, mercury, oil, natural gas. We have that. A lot of countries around the world have nothing like that at all. So we are very dependent on ourselves, not dependent on other countries for these natural resources. Very important.
Yeah, we have energy independence that hasn't happened in many, many decades.
Correct. Also, too, we have a strong legal system, and this is so important. We kind of take it for granted. Sometimes it's kind of a pain because of all the suing going on. But what it does is it protects businesses and consumers, that there are laws out there to protect us so we don't fear doing business. I mean, you don't get worried about going to a Walmart or I almost said a Sears or a Home Depot and worry that I'm not going to get a good deal here, or they're going to screw me over. That doesn't happen here. It does around the world, and because we have the strong legal system, we are free to do businesses and know that if someone does things incorrectly, we can sue that person, and if we're true, we can probably get our money back.
Yeah, and you also point out that we have a strong transportation system that factors into all of this.
And that is so important. I think that's why we bounce back so quickly, because think about this. And let me give you some numbers first. The best transportation system in the world, we have 47,000 miles of highways, 2 million semi-trucks, 4 million miles of navigational roads, and 140,000 miles of train tracks, and 100,000 bridges. When things are up and running, we can get goods to wherever it needs to go in the country. That is not true around the world. And I know our roads have some potholes and stuff in them, but around the world, they don't have that. So when we need product, we can get it to anywhere in the country, probably within 24, maybe 48 hours, and get things back up and running. So a transportation system is very important for a good economy.
And durable goods, some news that came in last week, is your final point of optimism, right?
Yeah, exactly. And this shows how we're doing, because last week we had durable goods climbing 11.2%, well above the estimate of 4.8%, and durable goods gained 7.7% in June, 15% in May. And I want to point out too, autos, which was a big concern, like, oh, autos aren't going to do well. They gained 21.9% after doing 85% in June. So we are seeing this come back. It wasn't going to be a quick turnaround in a week or two, but I believe by the end of the year, we're going to be pretty much back to I'll say a close normal.
And really quickly, you said there are certain sectors where there are good buys right now. Can you give us an example of one?
Well, one would probably be the home builders. They're doing very well. A lot of homes being built right now. So that's a good example there. But you got to be careful. Those high flyer technology companies are very expensive.
All right. Any we used to be seminars, but in this day they're webinars, right? Do you have any coming up?
We do, and you know what? I don't have the date of it. I know it's going to be in September. I think September 17th is when it's going to be, September 17th. And I get that by going to our website, smartinvesting2000.com.
All right. Brent Wilsey with Wilsey Asset Management. Great seeing you, Brent.
You too. Thanks.
All right.